Alright, hello everyone. So here we have the trailer for Ryoshu and Ishmael Butler editions. Edgar family to note here. And the reason why this video is coming out a bit late is because I also want to talk about everything else over here. There's a shit ton of stuff, and I believe I waited a while just to see if they would put out any other emergency patch notes or whatever. But I think after like 6 hours-ish, there should be nothing else. So I'm gonna make the video now. So let's take a look at the Ryoshu kit and the Ishmael kit. Right, so that looks like a standard banner duration. 3-star will be Ryoshu and the 2-star will be Ishmael. They will be from the Edgar family. Okay.
좋은 아침입니다, 주인님. 편안한 밤이 되셨나요?
Maid Ishmael is real. The fan artists are going to go crazy.
먹기 좋게 썰린 스테이크처럼 조각조각을 낼 테니까요.
2 coin, 2 coin, 3 coin. Okay, I'm expecting a support of some kind, but I have no clue what. Maybe binding, because in the fight, I believe there was some binding going on. Or maybe Butler Marks. Maybe they'll introduce Butler Marks as a mechanic. This is going to be Nelly. She has her Ryoshu sword as per usual. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. A skill tree with only 2 coins. Oh dear, it might be a Lyndon Edgar moment, a Lyndon Gregor moment, where he also has a 2-coin skill tree, and then a, well, no, yeah, it's a 4-coin skill tree, but then you have a 2-coin skill too. Maybe you just, I don't know, what's up with that 2-coin? Is she a support as a 3-star? It's also possible for support to be a 3-star. So maybe 2-coin, 3-coin, 2-coin is like some supporty like coin level. Or maybe it's like you need to use your skill 3 to power up your skill 2. Very similar to how Lyndon does his power up, where he gets plus coin up using his skill 3, then he power up with the skill 2. Maybe Ryoshu will power up using skill 3 and then give to the skill 2 to do a lot of damage. And skill 2 being a 3 coin means that if you get plus coin onto the skill 2, you can do quite a bit. Or maybe there's a special other skill that they haven't shown me. Ah shit. They mentioned Heathcliff. Is that the shadow of Heathcliff looming over them? No, is this Ryoshu's shadow or is this Heathcliff's shadow? I can't really tell from this angle. But it looks like Heathcliff's shadow is covering these people over here. We have Ishmael here ready to go into combat with Nelly here, Nelly Ryoshu. So I expect this Ishmael to support this Nelly somehow. Maybe in Butler Mark mechanics, maybe in binding mechanics. Because Ishmael is a good option. Because we do have Roseate Desire Ishmael, and that has quite a lot of bind on it. It hasn't really found a place in any team comp yet. So if this is going to be a bind synergy team comp, it'll be actually pretty decent, I think. This is Gamsamida. So he's just spamming thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess everyone is very happy that we're getting Maid Ryoshu and Maid Ishmael. Iboa Yogi Doi Te Lim Ida. Okay, I don't know what. My Korean is not that good yet. I only know how to read characters right now. But yeah, okay. So Ishmael support Ryoshu. The fan artists will go crazy. I'm definitely pulling all of them. End of story. Alright, moving on. Okay. Difficulty 3 adjustment notice. I did talk about this in community posts. I just announced it. I didn't really talk about it. But in my opinion of this is that since a main draw of this game, right, is the story, they have to make the story accessible to everyone who plays the game. So story will never be hard, right? If they add a hard mode for story, they cannot put clear rewards to it. Because if not, the new player will also feel maybe a bit stressed to clear it. Actually, no, I think that's fine actually. If you put a hard mode, then the new player just comes back to go and clear it later. So normal and hard mode for the story actually sounds like a good idea. I think someone in one of the comment section suggested that they could do one of those things. And I think that is actually a great plan if they wanted to make a like pre-nerf as the hard mode and then the nerf version as the normal mode. So people can experience the story, right? But then they can go to the hard mode and then they actually experience the true vertical difficulty spike in this game, which I think is definitely one of the selling points also of Library of Ruina, where you're suddenly like, what the hell am I looking at? Or like, oh, this is so easy, and then boom, you're dead. Yep, so understandably, they have to make the main story, the normal story, accessible to all players. So all of the bosses right now, they have to go and get nerfed. Boss HP, coin power, speeds, yeah, understandable. And I know they gave us the Dante power, right, to make it more manageable for us. So yeah, this is yeah, this is going to be quite substantial enough. So I expect a lot of new players to be very easily able to clear this without even using the powers that we got in this Canto. So yeah, understandably, new player must come and play story, because once they play story, new player will not leave, because you're like, damn, this game is like the only gacha game you've ever played where the story is like ultra amazing and is not a MiHoYo game, right? MiHoYo game story is like what, Honkai Impact depression, Star Rail depression, Genshin no depression yet. Well, a little bit of depression, but like it's just kind of chill really in Genshin. But then you got the Limbus company where you go on the roller coaster up and down, you go through some epic moments, you witness the Red Mist himself. Oh, sorry, not the Red Mist, the Red Gaze himself. And then you're like, god damn, this is such a sick game. The storytelling is amazing. All the IDs are so cool and shit. So yeah, this, understandably, they have to make it easy for newer players to come in and play, so they will stick around, so that they will give them money, so that they can get the Library of Ruina 2 or whatever other game they're going to make in the future that I'll probably be playing anyway. So yeah, understandable. I do like the idea of the hard mode though, because the hard mode just means that, you know, we get to go and flex our big team comps and go and try out hard shit. So yeah, difficulty adjustment, that's my opinions of it. Now let's talk about Heathcliff binds ego. This binds ego, essentially, right, if you want the Cliff Notes version, math error, big damage. People abuse this to go Refraction Railway, get really short turn, clear all record, sorry, 500 lunacy. This is very familiar for old players. Why? Because this was exactly what happened when Sun Shower Yisang was first released, and he was buggy as shit, and he did oblivion amounts of damage, like insane amounts of damage. There was once upon a time where my Yisang damage number, when I hit a bunch of enemies, would become 10,000 damage. There was that time, it did hit that high. So there was a huge math bug back in the day, and this just reminds me of that issue. Yep. So if you want some extra details, essentially, right, because the damage is calculated based on the damage that you dealt to the creature. So let's say you did a Piercing Pride skill, and you did 80 damage to someone with ×2 resistances. And because the binds ego makes your skill do AoE, it will make your damage be spread to multiple targets. What happens is that you will go through another round of the other enemy's resistances, and then it gets multiplied again, and then it becomes 320 damage. And that's not right, because it was supposed to be 80 damage the first time. Yep. So that is the big issue that they had here. And another thing that I talked about this ego, I did not expect the error. I mean, I kind of like guessed that might be an error. It's possible that there was going to be an error. The thing about that ego, right, is that if they do this, they need to go and check against every single Heathcliff in the game in the future, as well as every Heathcliff in the past and all the ones that we have now. Pretty much all of them have to go and be checked, because if any of them just suddenly nuke a boss with 800 damage, and the optimal play is to shoot a minion so that you can spread humongous damage to the boss, then that is already a bad design of the game, pretty much. The binds should not be something like that. That's like abusing mathematical shit in the game. So it should be something like, okay, there's a bunch of enemies you want to clear, so you do the binds to do a bunch of AoE, then you do your big nuke skill, and that will do even more AoE, so you clear a bunch of ads really, really quickly. Like maybe the Ahab fight, you just do boom, the enemy will just explode, right? So yeah, this is a really major error, and so they are going to take some drastic measures, shutting down Railway until the 18th of April, and they will also make sure that all of the clears after April 11th will be reset, and then we are getting 500 lunacy. So this really only matters for people who cleared after April 11th. For those who cleared beforehand, nothing's going to change for you, don't worry about it. Alright, so in the end, I still think the Heathcliff binds ego is still really, really strong. Oh, I forgot one more thing, is that they actually refunded all of the uptime material and the cost for the Heathcliff bind ego. So even if you did bind it because it was super broken, you're getting a full refund. So yeah, whatever. I think this is fine. Like, Pimon is normally going to like get some shit like there's some wonky spaghetti code every now and then. You just kind of get used to it, and this is just a small like bump, honestly. They're going to cook really, really well onto the next storyline, so just forgive them this one error, in my opinion. Yep, and after that, Nelly Ryoshu, and then now the hype part. Season 4 roadmap. Holy shit. They dropped all of the shit. They dropped one apology, one teaser, and then they dropped me a roadmap in one day. It's like, that's some good shit. They also dropped some nerfs. Yeah, but whatever. This is the good stuff. So after an amazing Season 4, Canto 1, Canto 2, Canto 3, putting me on edge the entire time, and then an amazing heartbreaking ending. Literally the heartbreaking ending. We are now going to get what? Mirror Dungeon 4, Mirror of the Withering, and it looks like a galaxy spiral looking enhancement tree using starlight or something like that. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to go and try. After that, we're getting Unvoiced Time Killing Time. Totally understand the Unvoiced. I believe they explained before that the Unvoiced is because they have to save like all of their budget for the actual good shit, and according to Season 4, sorry, Chapter 6 here, they can cook really well if they do this. So we let them cook, alright? 6.5 unvoiced, 6.5 unvoiced. We just let them cook. Time Killing Time. I do not know who this is. I cannot recognize that face. If anyone knows, please let me know. But I don't recall that face, or it's just a blank right now. I can't really recall this person here. And then Ryoshu with a mustache is real, and Honglu with binoculars is pretty funny, honestly. Ryoshu with a mustache is hilarious. That is going to be an emote at some point. And then after Time Killing Time, which is probably going to end up in Time Corp, we're also going to Refraction Railway Line 4 Masquerade. No clue what could be in Masquerade. We did not get a dungeon in Chapter 6, so most likely the Refraction Railway Line 4, maybe we'll go into a dungeon in Time Killing Time, and they'll reveal some of the hidden abnormalities that we need to go and like fight in the future. So yeah, look forward to 6.5, I think, or maybe the Mirror Dungeon. Maybe they'll introduce the abnos there instead of in Season 4. Yeah. Right, after that, we got Murder on the Warp Express, which is a play on Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. So that book, I believe the ending of that book is something like everyone on the train murdered the person. So everyone had a part in it. And since this is the Warp train, if you know what happens in Love Town, that is very accurate. So yeah, if you don't know what happens in Love Town, feel free to go and Google it yourself. I won't spoil you on that one yet. So yeah, Love Town, maybe again on the Warp Express, or maybe an actual Warp employee died on the Warp Express. Then that would be a little bit more interesting. It's also possible maybe we go here and we actually encounter the Dimension Shredder enemies again, and then we have to go and like undistort them or capture them or kill them to make the Warp train accessible to other people. There could be a lot of plot points that they use for this one. But yeah, very, very excited for this one because we are back on the Warp train, baby. I can't wait to get back on the Warp train. And then lastly, Chapter 7, fully voiced, the dream ending. That is not a good line for Dawn. That is not a good line. I don't know if La Creatura is going to survive this Canto, man. Will Dawn's happy-go-lucky attitude live? I really hope there is ice cream, volleyball, and oranges all the way, honestly. But I don't know if she can, her attitude can survive this part here. It looks really depressing just from the background here, and this ominous figure with, what is that? Is that a spear or something? I also have no clue who this is, like at all. Like maybe it's a Ruina guy come back from the library after the Angela incident. I really don't know who this is. If you know any of these people or you have hints of these people, just slap them in the comments. Let me go and like do some theory crafting with you, because I really can't remember some of these people, or I can't remember any designs, or maybe just straight up new people. Who really knows? P-Moon is definitely going to cook super hard for Chapter 7, so I can't wait to go there, cry when Billy plays a song, or be like overhyped because some amazing shit just happened and they cook like ultra hard again. Oh, I cannot wait for Chapter 7. Why? They make me want more after such a great cook. Oh, P-Moon, you're the only company for me, man. The only company that can make such storylines. There's no other game that can make these kind of storylines and make me so invested in these characters. These dumbass fools that I will protect with my life. Oh my goodness. I'll give you all my money. Just make the next game already. Alright, anyway, that's enough of my simping for P-Moon. Pretty much, in summary, we have nerfs for the difficulty. We have bind ego error, so they give us lunacy, refund the cost to uptie the bind's ego, as well as clear all of the refraction railway shit. They also give us a new banner, Nelly Ryoshu. No kit drop yet. We'll have to wait until I think Monday before we get the kits for this Ryoshu, so I'll see you then. And then lastly, we got this sick roadmap with a lot of exciting stuff, honestly. I can't wait to see what's happening in T-Corp. I can't wait to see what happens on the Orient Express. And of course, the good old Chapter 7, fully voiced with Dawn as the main character, I'm pretty sure. It's Dawn, right? I'm pretty sure it's Dawn. After Heathcliff should be Dawn, if I remember the order correctly. So yeah, it should be Dawn. And also it's like yellow, so that's Dawn's color. Okay, yep, so that is going to be it. Leave your comments on whatever theories you have, whether it be the unit, whether it be your opinion on the ego error, adjustments, whatever. Just leave your opinions and then we can go and look at them and I'll see whatever. Yep, alright, so that's all for this video pretty much. Fan artists, I cannot wait to go and check Reddit and whatever Twitter to just see what they're gonna cook with this one. Made Ryoshu and made Ishmael. Now that is fodder for the artist wheel to go and do. Okay, anyway, I'm done with that. Thanks guys for watching and I shall see you guys when the kits are dropped. Bye bye.